Hey, good morning. I still have my morning voice, as you can tell. You are the first person I've spoken to today. So I've got a little bit of a frog. Welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. My name is Cilla. Today we are celebrating Ginger at Ginger's Crafty Corner. She has reached, in a very short amount of time, I might add, 1,000 subscribers, and I am so proud of her. I am so grateful to be asked to join in on her hop, celebrating this magnificent milestone. So, she once again sent us an envelope filled with gifts. And what I have laid down here before you are part of the things that she sent to us. She made everything from scraps. Everything from scraps. And I'm going to just fess up right now, right here, and tell you these two things, this windmill and those leaves, this little banner, I'm hoarding those. I will not be using those on this layout. Those are going to the side to be used at a later date. These things here, I've already dug into this and used part of these journal supplies on a layout because you can. Yes, you can. I love these. I love them, Ginger. Thank you so much for sharing with me. But I have already used some of these, but I wanted to show that she also sent us some junk journal supplies. And I'm just going to touch on that for a moment. I think that is a genius idea when you're dipping your toes in and trying something new. If it feels a little overwhelming once you get all the product, share it with some friends. Let them try. So that's what Ginger did. She shared some of her junk journal supplies with us. Now, this is what I'm going to be working from. These, every single piece has been handmade or die cut or punched by Ginger. And I am loving all of it. So this part up here, this is some scraps that I've been playing with in the last week. So I thought some of it would go, and I just left them up there because I think I can work with it on the layout that we're going to be creating today. Can you see my little truck? Now, Ginger made this truck. She did not put the flowers in it. When she gave it to me, it was like this. But you know what the beautiful thing is about a truck? You can tote around anything you want to when you have a truck. You can put anything that'll fit in that bed. So I decided I was going to put some flowers in my truck bed. And that leaf, I want to kind of peek out a little bit right there. So I'm going to use that little ensemble. I know I want to use these tags somewhere. This is going to be my title. It is just perfect for a title. And I'm going to use these words that she stamped out for us. So I suspect, I don't know this for a fact, Ginger certainly hasn't said that, but I don't make it a secret that I love fall. So I suspect that she die cut all of these little maple leaves because she knows I love fall. And I am going to hoard these and use them on a fall layout. So I'm going to separate my fall leaves from the rest of my leaves. Those make me so happy. I don't care what time of year I'm in. Seeing fall colors, it just makes me happy. So we're going to pause, and I'm going to, because I don't have a clue what I'm making. I'd have no clue. You're going to see this come together as it hits my brain. That's a little scary, but that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to get some, oh, wait a minute. Wait. This is what I brought out because I know where this came from. I brought out my 6x6 papers from the Cartabella Spring Market collection. I have a little bit left. I also brought out what I have left of Simple Stories Spring Farmhouse. And you can tell it's got scraps. I've torn into it. So that's what I'm going to be working with. I'm not totally flying blind. Just kind of. All right, we're going to pause. I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to pop in here real quick and talk about another type of cut apart. I've talked about this before in a couple of videos ago, but this is a border strip cut apart. You can use each one of these individual lines to create a border, to create a title, a bottom. You use it however you want to use it, or you can use individual elements in each line. So when I was looking at this piece of paper, I decided that I wanted to use the reverse, and I'll show that to you in a moment. But I also like some elements on this side, and then I wanted to really dissect what is it that I truly like about this side. It's not the enjoy the journey. It isn't the bicycles, all those are cute. It isn't this saying. The jars, it's not doing anything for me. I really like this saying where it says planting a seed is believing in tomorrow. And I also like this saying, you belong among the wildflowers. I like these. I also like these little trucks. But I'm going to use part of this as a border for my layout. But what I can use is breathe deeply, learn something new, and choose simplicity and ignore keep growing. So I like that. I can still use this. The boots are cute. This little element is cute and will be great for using as a base. And then this I can replicate 1,000 times because it's such a popular pattern and it's in so many collections. I'm not worried about that. So what I decided to do is to do a 1-inch cut all the way around to gut it. And I kept the pieces that I want to keep and use, because this is going to be the border for my layout. I'm going to do this. And then we're going to start adding the elements that Ginger created to create my layout. But I'm happy with this so far. I'm very, very happy with it. I'm also happy that I still have this, because this, although I probably have it in smaller pieces in my 6x6 papers, and let's just check that out real quick and see. I do. So I have that in a 6x6. It has a different pattern on the back side than the 12x12 does. This is not textured like Cartabella is, but I do have those sayings in a much smaller font. I like this, and I wanted to keep it. So I'm happy to still have that scrap. And I'm happy to have this as my layout base. So I'm going to get this glued down and come right back. Okay, I'm back. And this transition could be a lot smoother if I would stop announcing every time I'm leaving and when I'm coming back. But y'all know, awkward is my game. So what I'm thinking is I definitely want to use the truck. I have to use the truck. And that is kind of my inspiration. There was 2 pieces I was just like, I got to use those. The truck is one of them. And the title piece that I pointed out earlier. So I definitely want to use that. I had this scrap laying around, and I think I want the truck to be at the end of that. Something like, well, Bloomingdale's. I can't get my fingers to pick up. Something like this. I think that is cute. Yes. So we're going to kind of work with that to make it flow a little better. We're going to stick our title up here. And I'm trying to think. Yes, I do. I have a full sticker sheet. And I believe I can make a title out of one of these stickers. I think I can do it. So what I'm looking for is, this is a large green element. There's green up here in this. So I probably want to use something, because I'm looking at this as an embellishment cluster. This is an embellishment cluster. And if I do my photo and I do another embellishment cluster here, I'm going to use green here. So I don't want to put a lot of green in this portion of my title. So I'm looking for something that I can use as a title, but that's not full of green. So I won't be using this Joy. I won't be using this Joy. I won't be using these boots in the title. I'm leaning toward Beautiful Day. So let's just pop that out and do a practice run and see how that looks. It's okay, but I'm not loving it. So I'm going to just stick that back on my sticker sheet. And now I'm looking at Happy Little Moments. And I think that is going to be my winner, but I want it to have some dimension. So I'm going to get a piece of foam and just pop that up. Now this is the kitty foam that you get in like Walmart or Hobby Lobby. You get them in the craft section. The reason I like it is because it has adhesive, and so all I have to worry about is adhesive on one side, and it's super cheap. Now, you know me, I do have rolls of foam. That's what I want right there. Okay, so we're building our layout. I'm not using a sketch. I'm just winging it because there were certain elements I wanted to use, and that my hair's falling out. And that's kind of how I do layouts sometimes. I also have these pieces that were from what I was working with earlier. Now, since I've got this in my title, and that's a little crooked, I feel like I can bring in wood grain elsewhere now because I chose that on my title. And let's just try this again. That looks better. And so we're going to probably put my photo here. And let me think if I have a photo already printed that I want to use. I need to go on the hunt. So I'm going to announce I'm leaving again. I'm back, and I'm so sorry. I keep saying again. I know some people actually say that, and I'm just doing it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's move on. It just came out of my mouth, and that is the joy of knowing me. All right, so this is the photo I've decided to use. This is from the second time my husband and I went camping, and we were hiking that day on the French River, I believe. We were hiking in Grundy. I'm sorry, we were camping in Grundy Provincial Park. Grundy Lake, something, I don't know. I'll have to look it up and be more exact. So what I'm doing now is I'm going through my 6x6 to, I feel like this needs more. So I'm looking for the more. This, of this collection, is my all-time favorite. I absolutely love, love, love this paper. And I'm thinking it'll bring this black inward that I've used on the back side. And if I was to turn this and hide a little bit of that hole, it will make this bigger than 6x6. And I'll have more of an anchor for my photo. We're going to reveal the truck, I promise you. So this is kind of where I'm working. We have this. I've not adhered anything. I know I'm living wild. I don't normally do this. I can't do this. I can't. It makes my text sideways. I can't live that wild. Ugh. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board and figure this out. So I still have this. That gives me plenty of room over here. I can cut that down. Okay. I'm so glad y'all saw that the text was sideways and told me, because that would have been embarrassing. I'm going to chop off the hole. And now let's come back and live There we go. We can live with this. Let's see if we can just get that under my truck. All right. We are cooking with gas now. Okay, so we want all that to bump up to each other. It just makes a more cohesive design. And then I'm going to place this on that seam. Yes, it's coming together. I'm very, very happy with that. I'm pausing for a moment just to look at what's going on, what do I need, what I have that I can still use to beef up this layout. I really thought that I was going to use this tag, but it's a feature tag, and I could use it that way and be part of this great big embellishment cluster. I can do these, use these two to make it look like there are tags up here at the top, and I'm liking that a lot. All I would need to do is punch a hole in those to create that tag look. Let me think. I'm not hating this at all. Not even a little bit. But I do think if I use this and I have the butterfly here, I need a butterfly. Look at there. Ginger made me one. I need to balance out the butterfly. I have flowers here, I have a flower there. I've got the pink. I'm liking this. Okay, I need to adhere things down. And you know what's going to happen. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I'm back. I have things adhered. I had matted my photo on this piece of green, just plain green 6x6 paper, and immediately regretted it because I just didn't think about it enough. The green from the leaves in this truck, and then the green of matted the photo, it was just too much. So I decided to dial that back and tore it off, and yeah, I don't know that I can use that a whole lot. But I wanted to show you before I made these into tags. Now they're tabs, but I'm going to make them look like they're a tag. This tool replaces all of my hole punches. And I have a third one. That's a 1/16 of an inch hole punch. So this one tool does 1/16, 1/8, 3/16, 1/4, and 5/16. That's every hole you need for making holes. So the reason this tool even came on my radar, because I'm telling you it was not on my radar, is because in one of the classes that I took from Vicki Booten, she showed it. And so I immediately was like, she used it and she was bragging about it. And I thought, well, I don't need that. But if I can get a good deal, I'll go for it. And it just so happened that Joanne had this on sale half off. So that's my advice. These cost about $40, somewhere in that range. You can find it at different retailers. But Joanne had it on sale half off, and I got mine for $19. I'll do that. I won't do $40, but I'll do $19. So I'm very, very happy with it. And we're going to estimate where the hole's going to be. That's my only complaint, is that you can't see as well. So that may be off just a tad, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. And I'm using the 1/8 hole punch, which I did not have in my life prior to this little piece of equipment. And let's just go there. That one is off. Like for real. That's off a lot. We're going to fix that with a sticker and try it again. Hey, I didn't say again. I could have, but I didn't. I can live with that one. We're going to hide that with a sticker because that's what you do when you make a mistake. Okay, so that's my product of the day. And I have stored my punches right here at me. That is going to change. I'm going to change how I store what's right here near me, because I've taken up way too much space with punches that I don't use frequently. I love my punches, don't get me wrong, I love them. I just don't use them frequently, so I'm reaching over here for some twine. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use, what color twine I want to use. So I may use this. Let's think about that. Well, I'm talking through my punch storage. Jeanette recently did a video. Oh, I've got this little tag. I kind of like maybe adding a little bit of gold to it. Let's do that. Jeanette just recently did a video where she was talking about moving some things around. She was answering a lot of questions. And, you know, it's one of those light bulb moments where I was just like, yes, I am wasting space by storing product near me that I don't use all the time. And I could be putting things that I do use all the time in closer proximity. Because if I can make myself be a little bit more efficient, that's a win. That is a win. So this is a tag that came off of my clothes. And sometimes if they're interesting to me, I keep them. And my friend Teresa taught me, and if this is not a new thing, I had seen it before, I just forgot. And then she reminded me and I was like, why would I forget that? But to make 2 loops timed together, it makes a cute little bow. And then you just even out your tails. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one here. Oh, you know what? This kind of, I can glue that down and it hides that mistake. Even better. And I like this cord because it kind of holds shape. That's all kind of goodness. So I'm going to put a dab of glue. You know what? First I need to adhere these down. Just going to tuck it lightly. I'm going to tuck that one behind there and tuck it lightly. I think I want those touching. I'm going to pull that up and move it over. There we go. Now I have scissors for different things. These orange Fiskars I use for, I don't use on paper. This is Connect glue that works on a variety of different products. And I like it because I don't have to, it's just handy, it's right here at me, and that will hold beautifully by the time when it dries. I don't know if I have enough to do another little bow, but let's give it a try. It may be a tiny, tiny bow, and I've got fat fingers. That's not going to work. Friends, that is not going to work. So let me pause and find another gold thread. All right, we're back, and I have found something that the Connect glue will not work on. I'm just as surprised as you are. However, I have this super glue gel, and if this doesn't work, we've got to go back to the drawing board and figure something out. My only complaint about this super glue gel is that sometimes my fingers aren't strong enough. Like when it gets almost empty, and I do not want to touch that. But when it starts getting empty and you're really having to squeeze it, sometimes I can't get it out. And I know I'm wasting product, but I have to just throw it away. But there's that. So this cord, I did not have any more gold cord. I will not buy gold cord because I don't use it that often. This is the first time in my life ever. So I decided to do like just a straight, and we're going to pretend that that's what we wanted all along. And we love it because, yes, that's what we do. I think the only thing I have left is to do some journaling down here. And I will be very, very happy with this layout. Thank you, Ginger, for inviting me to play along with you. I'm so honored. I am so proud of you. You have done an amazing job building your channel. That's what you set your mind up. That's what you wanted to do. And I am super, super proud for you. That is all for me today. We will come back and chat again soon. Bye-bye.